Hello everyone, my name is RetroBio3, coming back at you today with another LEGO video review. This time on set number 71235 with 96 pieces, if I can speak. The Midway arcade level pack for LEGO Dimensions, or possibly also known as over 20 classic arcade games. And this set comes with one figure, Gamer Kid, or possibly Game & Gamer, apparently, as well as the arcade machine and the G-6155 Spy Hunter. And in this review, I'll be showing you all of the builds for each model, so you'll also be seeing the Interdiver, the Aerial Spy Hunter, the 8-bit Shooter, and the Pixelator. And this is honestly probably one of the best expansion packs to get in terms of value, since not only do you get the character who has a lot of abilities, as well as the car and arcade machine, and a level, and the adventure world, but using the arcade machine, you can also play 23 different arcade games. I think that that's really cool, although, let it be noted, for those of you who don't know, arcade games are difficult. Just saying. So, but on the bright side, you won't have to spend a quarter every time you get a game over. You'll just have to feel shame. But anyway, so, starting off here, we have our figure of Gamer Kid. And, before we talk about the figure, I want to show you the base, which is, the base is a pretty nice print here. You have, you've got one of the Manti-Landers from Defender and some circuitry printing. So that's a very nice base, one of the more intricate ones that LEGO's made for Dimensions. So then, his accessories are an unlabeled soda can with the nice tab print on top, as well as a nickel piece. Wish that LEGO had used the coin from the Two-Face set from 2012, or printed a new coin altogether. And it's a bit fuzzy, so I'll fix this. Okay. But then, honestly, the figure is kind of bland except for the torso, because the torso is very nice. It features a black jacket, probably a leather jacket, but I'm not sure, over this nice green t-shirt featuring a Manti-Lander, and in-game, this is the shirt he'll have when using his laser vision power-up, because if you don't know, in-game, he uses his soda to switch between different powers, and when he does, he'll have different shirts. So, for example, green with the Manti-Lander is for laser vision, white with a ghost is for stealth, a Mario Star is invincibility. Hermes winged sandals on yellow for speed, and a Minecraft strength potion on blue for strength. So the torso is very nice, and it does continue on to the back. But then honestly, aside from that, the figure is pretty plain, as he has coal hair, which is nice to get in at. But then just plain sand blue legs, and this part is really kind of a letdown. He has the Townmaster Mayor head from LEGO Fusion. You know, whatever that was. Anyway, so, yeah, honestly, an okay figure. I mean, I definitely like the torso. I mean, if you don't know, it's actually what I used for my channel icon. That's what I used for, like, my sig fig. I used this torso. So then here, I'll show you what I consider to be the more interesting, pardon the noise. Accidentally stepped on something, but this will focus. I guess not. Anyway, first I'll show you what I consider to be the more interesting of the two models. Here we have the arcade machine, and I think that this model does look pretty interesting. I'll just turn it around all sides. It is a bit annoying that the back is really miscolored, especially when you realize that in game, this is the front of the arcade machine, since your figure would sit here, so this is the back. So yeah, you do have these nice printed pieces on the sides. I'll just pop one off to get you a better look. You have one of these on each side, and it's just like the side of the arcade machine. And honestly, I think it is a bit disappointing that LEGO did the arcade machine in green when the actual ones were black. And you can kind of tell that the arcade machine was black due to the fact that all of the printing is supposed to be like, it's black. It's just like it's on a green piece. As I drop it. But like, I mean, the Defender nameplate is on a black plate even. So the main reason it's in green is for build 2, which I'll show you in a bit. So you have those prints, but then my favorite print, if I can just pull it off to get you a bit of a better look at it, is the screen, which is very nicely detailed. I really like that. I mean, unfortunately, the top part doesn't fit perfectly on when you have this bit, so that's a bit annoying. And then you also, for a joystick, you just have a microphone piece, which is pretty good, especially since you do actually get an extra microphone. So yeah, that is the arcade machine. And then the other model that's included with this level pack is the G-6155, a Spy Hunter car from, appropriately, Spy Hunter. And you can see that this model does look pretty good. I mean, it is just a normal car, so, if I bring up a surface, where is it? I'll just use the box here. It is, of course, a LEGO car, so it can roll. That was rather crude, but you know what a rolling car looks like, I think. Anyway, but I think that they definitely captured a lot of good angles with this car, seeing as how the really, the only view you need is the top view. Yeah, this car looks very nice. Honestly, the only view I don't like is, like, when you can see that there is, like, this bit jutting up from the side windows. I think that that's a bit annoying. But honestly, this, just like the arcade cabinet, is a very nice build. And now onto building the Interdiver and the 8-bit shooter. Okay, I am back with the 8-bit shooter and the Interdiver. So, starting off with what I think is probably the less interesting. It's more interesting, it's just it didn't get pulled off as well. Well, for what it's supposed to be, is the 8-bit shooter. And what this is attempting to be, is it's attempting to be one of the Manti-Landers from Defender. And, honestly, I don't think it pulls it off that well. I mean, you can kind of see it, but you don't really get that look. I think that the Holy Studs kind of screw it up. And I don't know, I just think that it doesn't look pixelated. It definitely doesn't. And then behind that is basically just LEGO using whatever pieces they had to use all the pieces and fill it out. But really just to use all the pieces. It had nothing to do with filling it out. And also, I don't like how the head is actually at a slight slant, if you look at this. I think that it should just be straight down. Yeah, but that's my 2 cents on the 8-bit shooter. And then our other model here is the Interdiver. And while I don't necessarily like water vehicles in Dimensions, and I definitely don't like ones like this that are the pointless ones that just go on top of water. I mean, seriously, can someone please tell me the point of those? Well, these. I do definitely think that this one looks good. When you have some stuff at the front, maybe those could be like, well, I honestly don't know. The tires are used as engines. I always like when LEGO uses the tires as engines. You have the wheel hubs used to cover up some cheese slopes, which looks pretty nice. And yeah, a pretty simple model, but it's a good kind of simple. It's simplicity at its finest, if you will. So yeah, these are definitely the worst two out of the six total builds you can make. So now we'll be back with the Pixelator and the Aerial Spy Hunter. Moving on to our final two builds. First, I'll go over the Pixelator. And the Pixelator is the final build of the arcade machine, if I can get it in. And you can see that it's basically just like this large cannon. It definitely looks strange, to say the least. As I turn it, you can see that it is definitely a strange build. It uses all of the pieces, of course, but it is just kind of a strange build. But I mean, that's not a bad thing, it's just strange, as I have said like 7 times at this point. You can comment down below how many times I've actually said strange, including that time. And then you do just have the microphone here, as well as, like, of course, again, the printed pieces. There you have the Defender name, and the turret can be angled a bit. And I like this, and I think that this would be a good thing in game, except the fact that once you put it down, you can't move it, and that's kind of an issue, seeing as how it's not like you can just move it to wherever you want to, and start firing. It's like, wherever it spawns in, it's just stuck there, so that is a bit annoying. But it is still definitely a nice idea, and I think that it definitely works good for, like, when you're fighting a lot of enemies. It's a good thing to have. So it's just that, like, for the bonus room, it's a good thing. Or whatever you want to call it. I just think that for, like, a level, it's not that useful, since in a level you're going to be moving around a lot. Same thing with an adventure world. And then we have the Aerial Spy Hunter, which is our last build for the G-6155 Spy Hunter. And you can see that the wheels are used for turbines under the wings, as well as, like, the engines, which is very nice. I like the use of the cheese slopes here in the middle. The curved front. I mean, honestly, I just think that this is a very sleek-looking jet. I mean, like, honestly, I think that this looks good as a mini-build on its own, not as a rebuild. I mean, it does, but yeah, that's how good this is. As I drop it, yeah, I really like this build, so now I'll get everything built back to the original stage, and then I'll do the final verdict. So now for my final verdict, I will give, for kids 10 and under, I would give this set I'll give it a 7, because, well, you do get a lot of content, and the builds are great. I honestly think that some younger kids, my little brother, for example, definitely can have a lot of trouble doing the arcade games. Like, I mean, I got this pack, like, 3 months ago, and my little brother still has not been able to get past Defender. And he's tried, like, he's tried the level at least, like, 4 times a week. For some reason, he refuses help, but that's not the point. The point is, that is why I'm only giving this a 7 for kids 10 and under. For, like, teens, I'll get, for, like, teens, which I group as, like, 11 to 18 or so, I would give this set, I'll give it an 8.5, because, well, teens will definitely be able to do the arcade games. I don't know, I mean, like, I think that this is a great pack and has the great value. I don't know, it's just, there's just a little something missing, I don't know. But for adult collectors, I would definitely give the set a 10 out of 10, because you get ports of 23 classic Midway arcade games. You get a lot of good content, including those, of course. And also, when you're done with this set, you still have a nice mini build car, a nice, well, pretty nice torso, at least, as well as a very good build for an arcade machine. So those are my opinions, and Retro Warrior 3, signing off.